A teenage boy who plays Pokemon has been kicked out of the recent Pokemon tournament where it was the match against other players who play the Pokemon trading card game, and he got disqualified just because a mistake of saying pronouns, meaning pronouns which is being enforced on by pro-LGBT people. Now the person's name is Makani Tran, who is from Utah State. So what happened was in the tournament he was hosted in North Carolina. Makani Tran was winning 5-0, and he was given a sixth round matchup against a well-known player whose name is Alex. So what happened was when the match first started, they would ask for their both the players' names, which Makani Tran and Alex would both say their names, and then the judge he would ask, "What are your pronouns?" And while Alex Schemanske, who is a well-known player and a Pokemon trading card game player, very skilled. So Makani Tran, since he was playing against a very skilled player, and he was just a person who was not as skilled as compared to Alex, he was getting nervous that he was not going to be able to compete against Alex well. And not only that, but this was going on live. They were recording him live. So after introducing themselves, the judge asked, "What are your pronouns?" And while Alex said he, him, and then Makani Tran, he was also thinking of his pronouns, which of course he was saying the three, he, him, and which was the third one was his, but he forgot the his part, and he was laughing. He got uncomfortable, so he gave an uneasy laugh, and because he forgot his part. And then the judge got all offended about it. I was like, fine, whatever. So when the two were competing, and while the judge only said, "Mine is they, them," and said, "Okay, just wanted to check to be safe. I go by they, them, so don't be a jerk about it." So he was basically being rude at a teenager who wasn't very sure, because, and get this, when it comes to Pokemon tournaments, which hosted yearly here and there, it's all about the players and how good you are and about your skills. They don't care about your gender. They don't care about your gender. You can be paired against a person of the same sex gender as you, or a person of the opposite sex gender. You might have like the best Pokemon on deck, or on the team, whether it's when you're playing on console or the trading card game. So if you don't have the right ones, chances are you're winning. If you don't, you're screwed. So if you're playing the trading card game, you have to shuffle really fast. And imagine a person who sort of new to the trading card game, and then Alex is a shuffling Pokemon. here and there, and sort of sending out cards, and you're getting all pressured because this is going to be getting live streamed, and they don't question, oh, do I have the right ones? So, because he was also under pressure, he was trying his best, but he got kicked out, disqualified, just because the judge got offended. Because Makani Tran was a person who doesn't use pronouns. Now, Makani Tran, he's not an anti-trans person. He is respectable towards people who happen to be a part of the LGBT. I mean, if you want to use pronouns, sure. He doesn't mind. And never, ever before, being inclusive was never a thing. And Makani Tran, he was forced to leave. He was crying. He had no way back in the hotel. He did not have a hotel key card just to enter to his room. Didn't have a phone. So he was basically lost. And while he shared it on Twit longer, links down below. Makani Tran's friends heard about this, and they sided with him. One of his friends started a GoFundMe to help the young player to reach a certain amount of money, which was spent on traveling from Utah all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. Which originally the amount of money they were trying to reach was $1,500 US, but now it was like at 2,800. And while that GoFundMe was taken down after they collected all the money, it's not inactive. So Makani Tran managed to get compensation for what he had endured, but he even never received an apology from the Pokemon company that, or especially the people who were at the tournament in North Carolina. And the fact that it was an adult making a teenager cry over a small misunderstanding. All about inclusivity. It should have been all about just Pokemon and whether if he was cheating or not. And this is why the pro-LGBT people are ruining it for just about everyone else out there. And being inclusive has took a dark turn, and it's not being inclusivity anymore. They want privilege over just about everyone else. And I'm quite sure that there are LGBT players who play Pokemon, whether it's console games, all the way from GameCube, Game Boy Color, to DS, 3DS, Nintendo Switch, whether they play Pokemon Go, TCG. It was never about what gender you are. They didn't care. It was just you collect Pokemon, you trade Pokemon to evolve some Pokemon, which is the requirement for some. If you don't have a Pokemon, you could trade with someone who has one, or maybe it's internationally. It's all bringing the community together to share something about a game that we all love to play. And now the LGBT community, they're ruining that. And the judge needs to apologize, whatever his or her name is. And now, while on that live stream where Makani and Alex were battling each other, they will cut out that part on the live stream just so that LGBT community doesn't get offended. And I'm quite sure there are LGBT people who have become offended, who have been loyal Pokemon players since the original day, or whatever the game they like to play got released. And the fact that they never listened to Makani's side of the story, that is even more of an insult. Also, the fact that he had to miss school just to go to the tournament. And even had suicidal thoughts just because of one jerk of a person, a judge. So check out Makani's side of the story on TwitLonger. You can check the Pokemon Company's videos and everything. Yeah, it's not going to be on there. They didn't even apologize on Twitter either. Sad day for the Pokemon players of whether you play console games, the cards, or Pokemon Go. The company and just about anyone who was there at that tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina, needs to be held accountable.